Today we're going to decide who makes the best spinning reels. I did a similar video on who makes the best bait cast reels. Again, I've had a lot of comments, a lot of views on that video, so I decided to do it for spinning reels. And I'm a spinning reel fanatic. I drop shot all the time. I always have one rigged up, usually more. And I use a lot of different spinning reels for different purposes, so I feel like I have a pretty good understanding of spinning reels and what makes a good one. So I'm going to focus on 4 brands today. I'm going to talk about Daiwa, Shimano, Abu Garcia, and Pflueger. Now, just kind of a quick heads up, the Abu Garcia and Pflueger are very similar, made from the same place, same parent company, so there are a lot of similarities between those two. You could probably almost group those two together, but I do like those, and I'll go ahead and start with those two. So the reels that I'm focusing on are higher end reels. This is a Pflueger Patriarch XT. It's $249, and then also the Revo MGX spinning reel. And I also have a Revo Premier, the SX as well. Those are good reels, but I really like the MGX spinning reel the most. It's very light, but this Patriarch XT is even lighter. And even a similar size, this is actually a lot lighter reel, but they're very similar. If you look at the design, the spool, it's very similar. So again, these are made from the same place, so that makes sense. One downside that I found with Abu Garcia is, I have a lot of things that fall off of them. Like you could see the end of this knob right here, the cap has fallen off of it, and that actually happened to another one of my Revo reels as well. So maybe I'm just not tightening it as much, but I don't seem to have those problems with other brands. But I mean, it's not like it's gonna prevent the reel from working. It's just cosmetic and kind of annoying. I actually found this inside my rod locker. I found the cap, I just haven't put it back in there. So that's one downside to it. But very light reels, very smooth quality. They look great, and they're a good quality reel. Moving on, I'm going to talk about the Daiwa Luvius, and this is another high-end reel. This is a $299 reel. And one thing I've always heard about Daiwa is how they have excellent drags, and I can agree with that. It is awesome. It's flawless. The reel itself is smooth, lightweight. It's a little bit heavier than the other 2 reels that I mentioned. This is even a 2000 size versus a 30 size of those, so it's actually a smaller reel and does weigh more than the Abu Garcia and the Pflueger, but not a huge deal breaker. Quality reel. So the next one is another high-end reel. This is the Shimano Sustain, and this is about $329. It's the 2500 series. It's a lot heavier than all of these other reels. And when I say a lot, just an ounce or 2 here and there, but it does make a difference. But overall, this reel has served me very well. I've had it for, I want to say 4 years now, and like I said, I drop shot a lot. One cool little feature I like about this reel, it has this little kickstand on it, so when you set it down on the front deck of your boat, the bail doesn't get smashed. It doesn't affect performance at all, but it's a cool little feature. You can see that little kickstand. It looks different, but it's kept the bail intact, because when you're setting it down on the boat deck, you're not going to be damaging the bail. And all these reels have similar gear ratios, so there's not like a huge difference in a faster one. Like if you were to step up to like the Revo Rocket, with spinning reels, they're basically all like 5.7 to 6.1 to 6.2. A lot of the same gear ratios. What you really want to pay attention to is the line pickup and how much line per retrieve. But overall, it's pretty much comparing apples to apples, because these are all high-end reels, same gear ratio, roughly the same size, and they're all good reels. I have to say that. It's going to be hard for me to pick the order of them. I would say that Abu Garcia and Pflueger, again, they're the same, so I'm going to group them together. I'm going to put those in 3rd place just because of the durability issue and the parts and things like that, but they're good quality reels. Now, if you remember, these are the same 2, Daiwa and Shimano, that were in the lead for who makes the best bait cast reel. I ranked Shimano ahead of Daiwa. This time I'm actually going to set them as a tie. So I know that's kind of the easy way out, but these are both excellent reels. I do not have any complaints about either of these. I love fishing these. The Shimano Sustain, the Daiwa Luvius, and it really goes all the way down to the lower priced entry reels. I have a brand new Shimano Sahara that I really like, and it's a quarter of the price of this one, but it's a quality reel. I also have a Daiwa Procyon, which is again about half the price of this. Quality reel. I have old Stratics that I've had since the late 90s when I was a early teenager fishing tournaments with those white Stratics, and those are still quality reels. It shows how much they last. I have a lot of other old Daiwa stuff as well that I've had for years that has lasted. You know, there's no parts falling off of them. You know, that's my biggest complaint about the Abu Garcia stuff. It's, again, it's a good quality reel. They're really light, they're smooth, but when it comes to quality, durability, Daiwa and Shimano are my two picks, tied for number one.